What is going on, everybody? For those who don't know, I go by Philly Mike, host of the Philly Talk podcast, and today we got a live call-in show. I'm all out of it. I'm still feeling the effects of a butt whooping from the Dallas Cowboys. As some people hit me up in my DMs and said, this was the worst loss of the season, a 20-point margin, especially with CeeDee Lamb, just rubbing it in our face. Touchdown at the end when the game was over. These guys got no mercy for us, and I understand why. We don't like them, and they don't like us. It's as simple as that. Man, again, we got Washington next week, but there's nothing on the line. Nothing. Win or lose, we don't go nowhere. Actually, the sad thing is, if we win, at this point, we're only hurting ourselves. For the simple fact is this. Look, I've been an Eagle fan for a long time. I've seen some bad seasons, but there was always reasons why. There's been reasons why. Injuries played a part. Coaching, a lot of things played a part, but we're not sure if we're going to keep these same problems or get rid of them. Eagle content creators seem like we know what we want to do, but we don't got the ultimate say. At the end of the day, Jeff Lurie, who is a loyal guy when it comes to his groupies, and Howie Roseman is a groupie. He took his drafting away for Chip Kelly, but he didn't fire him. He could have fired him and made Chip Kelly the GM, how Bill Belichick is to Robert Kraft. But no, Jeff Lurie loves Howie Roseman so much, he said, you know what? Chip Kelly wants to do it his way. We're going to let him do it his way. But I love you, little man. We're going to keep you on the payroll. Just be the accountant. Then when Chip Kelly, whatever you want to call him, started going crazy with the bye-bye LaShawn, bye-bye Macklin, bye-bye Deshaun, Lurie said, huh? How will you back up? Then he won a Super Bowl. Plug and play. LeGarrette Blount, Patrick Robinson, Chris Long, Jay Ajayi, Torrey Smith, Alshon Jeffrey. Plug and play got us a ring. I don't know, man. It's crazy. At the end of the day, we're going to have a live call-in because I'm curious to know how you guys feel. I need to know. The Philadelphia Eagles are officially eliminated from the playoffs. But let's be real. We felt like we were eliminated. I felt like we were eliminated after the first month of football. We were bad. Who are we kidding? Lose to the Washington football team week 1. Tie the Bengals before they came into their self under Joe Burrows. Get smacked by the Rams, who also lost to the Jets. Have a struggling game against Ben DiNucci. Lose to the Giants. Lose to a bunch of teams. We got 10 losses. We lost to a bunch of teams. This team is bad. And the thing is this. Teams that are normally bad are bad because they've been bad for a while. And they got a lot of draft capital, a lot of money. We're in a bad situation, guys. I'm going to drop the link in a little bit, but we're in a bad situation. The Jets are bad because they stunk for a while. They're going to have draft picks, and they got money. The Jacksonville Jaguars, draft picks and money. You know what I mean? The Atlanta Falcons, draft picks and decent money. The bad teams have money and draft picks. We're going to have draft picks, but we're broke. We are broke. Hopefully, John Dorsey is able to get things done on the scouting side, on the side of Jeff Lurie. Who are you going to listen to? Dorsey or Roseman? Dorsey or Roseman? I believe Roseman's going to be solo. Dorsey's going to have the back of the scouting team, who we know Howie vetoed a lot of picks. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate you guys. We got Marquise Graham Philly fan all day, Justin S Gaming, Sonic, BLSG, Sports Talk, Solo Bolo, Bobby OMG, my guy Nitro Freak, which hopefully he calls in because I would like to get him on here. He comes at you 100% real. No. Hey, if you don't like what he says, he's gonna say it anyways. I appreciate that. Mirror Slap, Brian, what's going on? Breakman, appreciate all you guys. Hayden, what's going on? We about to drop the link in a second. I just wanted to get a little venting out. I mean, I had an 18-minute video yesterday. Shout out to everybody who checked it out. If you haven't, go ahead and check that out. Might be time to drop the bomb. Boom. Kaboom. I don't know, however you want to say it. We're in bad shape. Like I was just saying for people coming in, teams that are bad have money. The reason they're bad is because they don't spend money. The Jets, the Falcons, the Texans, these guys got rid of all their players. These guys are going to have spending money and draft capital. All we got is draft capital. We're broke. We're like, ooh, he's in free agency. Can't get him. How about that? Oh, can't get him, though. We are going to be window shopping in free agency. I mean, let's see what happens. We'll see what happens. We're going to drop the link right now. Paste. Bang. Let me pin it. Let me take that. Make sure you smash that like button. If you haven't done it already, smash that like button for your boy. You know, it's rough right now for any content creator. It's rough. It's rough. But at the end of the day, we know that we're going to survive. Some way, somehow, the Eagles never will fall too far. We'll find a way. When there's a will, there's a way. When there's a will, there's a relative. You know what I mean? Something along them lines. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Go ahead, my guy, Nitro Freak. Get up in here, my guy. Via the phone, via your own computer if you're at your crib. Do what you got to do. I need to see what Nitro Freak says. I don't know if he's still in here. Maybe he jumped out already. We got the first one. We got the little man, the one that jumps on every single call-in. Shout out to my guy, Brayden, the Eagles fan. Let's see what he got to say.
I can't hear you clearly, so get me on in, like, when I say in the private chat. So just get me on them because I can't hear you clearly.
You can't hear me?
Because it's kind of like, I can, it's just kind of staticky at the beginning. So get me in like 3 minutes. Like, you can get a caller in.
Go ahead, go out and come back in, and I got you, man.
I can hear you better now.
All right, go ahead. Speak your mind. So the Eagles are officially eliminated from the playoffs.
Yes,
and we sit here and with a chance to get a better draft pick if we lose to the Washington football team.
I heard some news that Doug will probably coach next year, which I'm really sad about that.
You're sad about that?
Yeah, because Doug Peterson has to be out of here. Doug Peterson's trash. We gotta get it better. I think that our team going forward will have to rebuild. Like 3-year rebuild, I think. We have to rebuild for 3 years. I think it will be a rebuilding process. I think next year we're probably gonna have a little better record, but still not make the playoffs, sadly. And with the cap is a big problem. Like, we can't get anybody. All we have to do, we have to go and get draft picks, which Howie Roseman stinks at that. And we can't do that because whoever pick him is bad at that. Like, we took J.J. Arcega-Whiteside over DK Metcalf. And also Justin Jefferson over Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson. I get their careers young, but Justin Jefferson is one of the best receivers in the league right now. And, like, yeah. And I think Fletcher Cox was a big loss, I think, in this game. I think I think Fletcher Cox could have been better. I think he really could. Fletcher Cox could. I think we might have won this game if Fletcher Cox did not get injured. And I also think you can talk if you want, but okay.
Go ahead.
I also think that the refs call was horrible.
horrible. And let me just say this real quick. Would we have beat Dallas if the referee said that Jalen Hurts' knee was down? Probably not.
Yeah,
But at the
probably
end of the
not,
day,
but we would have made it a one-score game.
it would have gave us some fight. We would have had an opportunity. And I'd rather go down realistically than that fake Blandino said straight up like he was down and they were like, nope. But let me ask you this.
I feel like, and also, the play a couple of weeks ago when we played Dallas, when his knee was obviously down, but they called it a touchdown. That was a bad call. Remember that call?
Yeah.
That was a bad call. But
Yep. And so I guess they gave one back to Dallas because the fumble recovery for a touchdown against the Cowboys the first time week 8, it wasn't. So
yeah,
I'll give them that back. But hey, shout out to you. I agree. When Fletcher went down, the defense fell 100% apart.
but Darius did have his first pick. You got
yes,
to
sir.
I think that I feel like nobody will be out of here, and and I think that first I think that Jim Schwartz is inconsistent. First half he did pretty good, second half he did terrible. This game was his worst game all season.
I think it was flip-flop, to be honest. I think he did horrible in the first half. Second half he did better. He had like 4 or 5 stops on a row.
Yeah, that's true. But I think the Darius Slay pick was a good. I think we gotta get Darius. I think Darius Slay is getting old, but it's funny. I think it's because our defense of coordinator is bad because we need to get another one because Darius Slay was a Pro Bowler in Detroit, and now he's only has 1 pick, and it was off a play he wasn't even in until the last second.
I agree 100%. Hey, go ahead. One more thing because we got a bunch of people in here. Go ahead.
No, so Ronnie McLeod was a big loss, and I also think that in the draft, I think we should go after Jamar Chase. I think knowing them, they're probably gonna select a tight end from I don't even know what college, but I think they should select I think we should select Jamar Chase. I think we should select maybe Mitch Parsons, even though he opted out. I think he's a good player.
Yeah, well, we're going to have a lot of decisions, and I'm going to have a lot of call-ins where we can actually talk about the draft, maybe do a mock draft and stuff. We're going to have a lot of that coming on. But, hey, shout out to you, my guy. Appreciate you for coming through. Brayden, the Eagles fan, can't wait for you to start your own channel. Keep grinding, my guy. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Peace, peace. All right. We got my guy, Eagles from New Jersey. What's going on?
Yo, what's up, Philly Mike? How you doing?
Hey, I'm hanging in there. Eliminated, feel a little bit. I'm still hurt. I'm going to be hurt for a little bit. Until we really can start talking about the draft, I'm going to be hurt. What's on your mind?
It hurts losing to Dallas because, it's Dallas. But looking back at it, we need the draft pick because what's the point going in the playoffs with all these holes in the roster?
True. But like I said, when you beat the Saints and you play competitive to the Cardinals, who is possibly a playoff team itself, you think you beat Dallas handily, and you're feeling like even with these holes, we can make something happen. But then again, the holes were too big for even Jalen Hurts to overcome. He came back down to earth. Receivers weren't separating. The offensive line couldn't block. Dallas kind of played them great side to side with their linebackers, and we fell into the same Doug Peterson bull. You know what I mean? And we end up losing this game by the largest margin of the season. So with that being said, do you think we could beat Washington? Do you think you think we're going to try to lose to try to get that top 5 pick? What is your take on that?
Knowing us, we're going to try to beat Washington, but I want us to lose because I want us to draft in the top 5.
And if you had your decision, if you were on the clock and you were the GM, say we have pick 5 exactly, who are you trying to take?
Man, I'm trying to get Surtain.
That's who you want?
Yeah, because let's be honest, the secondary's been trash for like a decade or since I was born. Like, if you get Surtain and Slay, you have and move Maddox back to the slot because he's too short to be playing these tall receivers on the outside.
I agree.
You get Surtain with Slay and Maddox back in the slot. I think that's a good secondary. I mean, at least good 3 corners.
Hey, and I agree too. Again, Vontae Maddox is very athletic and he has a certain skill set that if you put him in the slot, I believe he's now an above average corner. I'm not gonna call him an A+ corner or nothing like that. I'm not gonna, but he's a solid C+, B- in the slot. You put him on the outside, his C+, B- goes to a D-, D+. You know what I mean?
On the outside, yeah.
Yeah.
But let me ask you something. Let's say if we draft like 5 or 6, who do you want? You want Chase or Surtain? Because I hear the fan base wants Chase, but we already drafted 3 receivers last year. What's the point of adding another one to the roster?
Yeah, at this point, we know that we're going to lose Deshaun Jackson, Alshon Jeffrey. Who knows if we're ever going to even let J.J. Arcega-Whiteside play anymore because he's straight buns. But
trash.
At this point, I really got to look into it more. I know our secondary needs help. So does our offense, though. We can't score more than 17, 20 points. So
the magic number.
Exactly. Is it mainly because of our offensive line? I believe so, because we saw Carson Wentz score more than 20 last year when the offensive line was a little bit more in attack with practice squad receivers. So I believe if our offensive line can stay healthy, or just we upgraded a little bit, and maybe not the first round pick, maybe second, third, we get a guy. We know Jeff Stoutland, one of the best O-line coaches in the game, coached up a rugby guy, 7th round pick to be a decent left tackle. So I believe in him 100%. I'm pretty much going to say I really got to dig into it because I'm not the biggest college guy until it gets to the draft. And then I really do my due diligence. I watch the best games of the guys and their worst games. I don't just try to type in their highlights, because highlights are going to make anybody look good. You know what I mean? Go ahead and type in Nelson Aguilar's last year's highlights. Even last year, highlight video can make him look good. Small sample size, but make them look good. So I like to see the worst games and the best games, and so I can get the flaws and the upside of a guy, and then go from there. So I'm gonna be starting to dig in to the cornerbacks, to the offensive linemen, and the receivers, even some linebackers, because I know Parsons is a guy people want to talk about. So I'm gonna be doing all that. But hey, shout out to you. Defense wins games. We need to get that.
In my opinion, all of this can't happen if Howie Roseman's still the GM, because he'll find a way to mess this up.
I agree. At least we got Dorsey in here. Possibly he's going to, if we keep Howie Roseman, that's a if. Dorsey has some say. Maybe they go back to where Howie Roseman's more is the business side, and how they had Chip Kelly as the GM when it comes to drafting and scouting. Maybe Dorsey does all that, and we just, at least if we keep Howie Roseman, he's off that part of the team.
And you've got to get a receiver coach to develop these receivers, because it's not like we haven't drafted receivers, just we don't develop them. First case,
exactly. Hey, I agree 100% with you. But hey, shout out Eagles from New Jersey. We got a lot of people in here. I'm gonna let you go. Listen, keep that Eagles flavor. You know what I mean? We not good right now, but we'll come back stronger.
All right, thanks, man.
Be easy. All right. So we got my guy Cool Eagle in the building. What's going on, Cool Eagle?
Hey man, what's going on, Philly Mike, man? Shout out Philly Nation, man. Like, if y'all haven't already, like, subscribe, Philly Mike, man. Like guys been doing it for a long time, does consistently, man, and does, man, like they're in the top 5, one of the best, man. So, hey, so make sure y'all show them some love. But what's up, Philly Mike?
Hey, shout out to you, my guy. Real quick, I'm going to give the Cowboys, and this is a guy who's been a Cowboy supporter. He comes over here. He's not one of them guys who come in and chop it up with us and tell us all talks football. He gets his little trolling in. I'm going to give him his 1 second of due. How about them Cowboys? Y'all beat us fair and square. You out-coached us, outplayed us, outdid everything. Shout out to you guys. If you go to the playoffs, best of luck. You're going to need it, because there's some real football teams over there. But, Cool Eagle, how do you feel about this whole thing, where we're at now and the future?
Well, this confirms to me that I just want Doug Peterson and that coaching staff just completely scrapped, because like we've seen since 2018 about how this offensive game plan that he's been putting together, whether he has an OC or not, has just completely regressed. As you know, like 2017, you know what I'm saying, top 10 offense, right? I'm saying, man, like 7th in the league. And then in 2018, dropped down to 14th, 15th in the league. And in 2019, we see that same regression, down to 15th, 16th in the league. And this year, I wouldn't be surprised if we're close to being bottom last in the league. So this whole season for me, like, just confirms, along with a lot of experts on 97.3 ESPN, that Doug Peterson just has to go. And you know, like, it is definitely going to be a tough decision for Jeffrey Lurie in the offseason about like a complete overhaul of his, you know, front office, coaching staff, and to decide, you know, which quarterback is going to be his future for the next, you know, 5 to 6 years. So it's definitely very interesting, but, you know, at the same time, for the fan and the bettor like myself, very frustrating.
I agree. I don't remember an all season where we really have question marks at head coach, the whole coaching staff, our general manager, and our quarterback. Like, there's been times where we're like, you know, Andy Reid might have to go. We need a new head coach, but we were still okay with the GM. We were, you know, normally a head coach brings his staff in there, so it is what it is. But it's like, okay, we need a head coach, but we got the quarterback, we got the GM. You know what I mean? Okay, we need a new GM. When Chip Kelly came in, all right, well, that was the GM and the coach, but we had a quarterback. We are missing everything that you got to count on to be a good organization, because good organizations have a great GM, a great head coach, and a great quarterback. Now, we've seen guys like Jimmy G get to the Super Bowl. We've seen them teams who have okay quarterbacks get to the Super Bowl. And that's because they got a fire defense behind them. You know what I mean? So it's either or. You need that quarterback or you need that fire defense. And again, we need defense. We need a quarterback, or we don't need, but we have a big decision at quarterback. And then you got the whole GM and head coach mess. We are legitly going to have so many questions. And honestly, we could easily come back with Howie, Doug, and then just a quarterback problem. And that's going to be a kind of a problem to me, because I don't see how you get any better.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like, it's also, like, you know, important to note that the disconnect, like, between that front office and that coaching staff has really come back and bite us, because, as we know, you know, like, Doug Peterson has been stripped of a lot of his powers, you know, which is why he's been very stubborn at giving up play calling, and, you know, and suggesting a competent offensive coordinator. And then you got the thing with Jim Schwartz, where, you know, he wanted to fix a lot of the deficiencies on this defense, especially at the linebacker and safety position. But once again, that disconnect between the front office and the head coaching staff, and even his own, like, executive staff, you know, just within that front office, you know. So it's just a lot of things. But I feel like the most important thing that has, you know, just hurt this team is that, just like, that disconnect between the front office and the head coaching staff, that's going to leave Jeffrey Lurie in a very interesting, like, predicament going into this offseason.
Yes, and I agree. And again, I think Lurie's a guy who's not afraid to make the change, but he is also loyal to a few selects. So Doug Peterson sounds very confident, but again, you got to be confident. You can't really come in like, yeah, I think my job's up for grabs, because that's just going to show weakness to the GM and, I mean, to the owner itself. So you got to act like you're in the game. But hey, shout out to my guy, Cool Eagle. We got a lot of people in here. Listen, if you haven't done it already, everybody in the chat, everybody backstage, after this video, go ahead and type in Cool Eagle in the search bar. Watch a video. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Definitely a new upcoming Eagles content creator right here.
Exactly. And last thing I'm gonna go, man. If y'all want to beat Washington, I seriously don't know why. When you have a chance to get a top 5 pick, like, now, mind you, I get it. It's Howie Roseman with a top 5 pick, and we know how that's been the past couple of years. But like, for the love of God, let's just, like, come together and collectively decide to lose this game to fix this team. Because if we don't, we potentially screw ourselves out of some talent that's just needed on this team. But other than that, man, like, shout out to Philly Mike, shout out Eagles Nation, and it's been an honor being on here. You know, thank God so much, and y'all have a safe, nice rest of y'all's day.
Hey, be easy, my guy. Peace. Real quick, shout out to my guy CW Gearhead with the 30. I repeat, $30 super chat. You don't need to do that, my guy, but I appreciate the support 100%. He said, so, with a lot of O's, is Deuce in Doug's office yelling at him to run the flipping ball yet? I hope so. Wasting Miles Sanders' years and not using him. Again, you're right. A running back's shelf life is not forever. You can't be 40-year-old quarterback in Tom Brady. You can't be 38-year-old Philip Rivers. You can't do that as a running back. You're wasting the years running them 16 times, 15 times, 6 times. We against the Seattle Seahawks, Miles Sanders had 6 rush attempts. Disgusting. That's a fireable offense alone. But real quick, like I said, shout out to everybody backstage. We are going to start going these a lot quicker. I got Sonic next, and then I got my guy Nitro Freak, but we're going to try to go through these a little bit quicker. But Sonic 2.25, what's going on?
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Hey, shout out to you. You got some great highlight videos. So if you haven't seen Sonic 2.25's channel, he does highlights. It's pretty good. Go check it out. With that being said, what is your take on this elimination?
I'm just so I don't even know what to say. Like, if I was Jeffrey Larry, I would fire everybody. Wait,
you might have to. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Because let me just say this right now. I used to like Jim Schwartz. I used to defend him, but the way he played against the Cowboys was just unacceptable. Like, you put Michael Jaquette in the game, and you're letting Michael Gallup catch the football like how many times? And Michael Jaquette just gave up. He just gave up. And then, I don't know, I think it was somewhere between later, they put him out, and they put this 36 guy named Ford in, put him as a corner. I don't know. It's just weird.
Rudy Ford, he's a special teamer, but he actually plays safety. But that's what we were down to. We were down to the special team last guy on the depth chart when it comes to safety. At corner, we had Michael Jaquette, a rookie free agent, and we had Graylin Arnold, a rookie free agent. And you're going to hear Eagle content creators prior to this game talk highly about him, but they're talking highly in the sense that these guys are rookie free agents. They're surprisingly okay. But the key word is rookie free agent, meaning 7 rounds, hundreds of draft picks. Nobody wanted them. There's a reason. You know what I mean? You could coach them up, but you're not always going to get a Quentin Michael. You're not always going to get a Jason Peters. You're not always going to get a undrafted free agent who's a stud. And we learned that. Nine targets, 7 catches, $182. But let me ask you this real quick. Do you believe the Eagles are going to beat the Washington football team and ruin the draft pick, or lose and get a better draft pick?
Knowing how they put Jalen Hurts into the game, and they announced that they're going to put him versus the Washington Redskins. I'm calling them Redskins. They're probably going to win, but I think they should lose, seeing as we just need a top 5 draft pick so we can draft Jamar Chase or I think Smith. I think Devon Smith. I think.
Devin Smith, yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Hey, yeah, man, we're going to need something. And the best thing is if we get a top 5 pick, it's important because you can get top 5 talent in each round. You know what I mean? So you get an early first round, early second, early third. We're going to need to hit on at least 50%. And it's not easy to hit on 50%, but when you have a upper draft pick, it makes it a little bit more easier. And the Eagles got to think about picking best available. Now, if the best available is a quarterback or it's something that we 100% don't need, it's different. But sometimes you have talent at one position and there's a big drop off in the third best. And you got to be aware of that because we've had some guys who just don't amount to what they're supposed to. Even a first-round pick like Derek Barnett, who's just not living up to the hype. But, hey, Sonic, appreciate your highlights. I'm going to check that last one you dropped out about Deshaun Jackson. Everybody in your chat.
That one I just made for him for 2008 till 2020. But hold on, let me say just one more thing before I go.
Go ahead.
Let's just hope Howie Roseman is not the GM anymore, because him I just can't stand this guy. I honestly hate him. I hate him more than Doug Peterson and Jim Schwartz. This guy can't even draft. Like, who's the last player we drafted that's like good? Well, minus, I guess you could say Carson Wentz, kind of, but
Yep.
I guess Devin Barnett. But then again,
Not Pro Bowl
it's
material.
no. I mean, if they're gonna keep Howie Roseman, like Phil 500 said, just put him to some limo or something. Just don't put him player personnel. Just strip him away from that. And they need and Doug needs to hire an OC. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, I agree 100% with you. Hey, shout out to you, my guy. Like I said, go check his videos out, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Thanks, buddy. See you later.
All right, peace. All right. We're going to get the notorious Nitro Freak in here, and if you haven't subscribed to his channel, what are you doing? Click that button after this live stream. What's going on, Nitro Freak? First time getting on here with you.
Yeah, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Hey, hanging in there. I know you were part of the I don't know, where were you at prior to the Dallas Cowboys game? Because once we had a chance and you saw Washington, where were you at? Were you still on the draft pick, or did you want to just destroy Dallas prior?
No, I mean, I was on the fence, to be completely honest with you, because getting to the playoffs, knowing that we just beat the Saints and almost beat the Cardinals, getting to the playoffs, you never know. But at the same time, I want a better draft pick. But this is exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you right now. This is what's going to happen. We're going to win on Sunday. We're going to beat the Washington football team. We're going to win on Sunday. That's a given. The Giants are going to lose. They're going to hop us over in the draft board. They're going to pick Jamar Chase, the guy that we absolutely need, and we're going to end up with the scrub. Devonta Smith, he's very good in college, but I don't know how he's going to transition to the pro level. So we're going to end up with a scrub. One of those two are going to be a scrub. And Jamar Chase opted out of the season because of COVID. So he has that one less year of practice that Devonta Smith had this year. But in my opinion, Jamar Chase is that generational talent that this team absolutely needs, and we're going to miss out on him.
Yeah, and that's going to sting, because I could definitely see the Giants going for a receiver, trying to open up, their offense, because their defense is playing good football. Maybe they can use a piece or two on their defense, but their defensive side is a lot better than their offensive side. They're probably thinking Daniel Jones in his third year. You got Saquon Barkley back healthy. They already got their O-line a little bit better. Slayton is a great receiver, but possibly better off as a number 2. You get Jamar Chase on that offense and they stay healthy, minus Danny Dimes throwing interceptions. That's a pretty explosive offense.
Right. No, I agree 100%. And I'm going to tell you something that you might not want to hear, or anyone else wants to hear in this chat. But this team has turned into the Oakland Raiders. They really have. And we're going down a slippery slope. After the first game this year, I don't know if you watched the video, but after the first game, after we lost to Dwayne Haskins, I was like, this team sucks. And it usually takes me 3 weeks to figure out if the team is good or not. This team after week 1 was done. They were finished, and how can you keep Howie Roseman as your GM going forward after you didn't give Carson Wentz any help, and it was obvious as hell after week 1 he needed help. And you go and draft a QB like Jalen Hurts, a guy that I had going in the 4th or 5th round. You look at Jalen Hurts, you could have traded back if you really wanted him, because no one was going to pick him until at least the late 3rd round at best. You could have traded back. So you pick him in the 2nd round. You don't give him any help, and you're left with nothing. Now going into next year, yeah, you have a top 5 pick. That's sexy and all. I understand that. But at this point, who cares? And I'm done blaming Howie. I'm not blaming Howie anymore. I'm blaming the owner. Jeffrey Lurie is one of the worst owners in sports history. He got that fluke Super Bowl title. That was a great team. Great team. Phenomenal team. But I honestly do not care about that year anymore. I love the fact that we won the Super Bowl. That's great. But I wanted to see consistency after that. And every single year, we've got progressively worse. Every single year. And now we're last. Going to be last in the NFC. We went from winning the Super Bowl to being the worst team in the conference. And guess what? It's going to be even worse next year because we're in cap hell. What are we going to do?
Exactly, man. And I said the same thing. Like I said, what I was saying, I know you were in here earlier, but I don't know if you heard, but like teams that are bad as we are right now, like the Jets, like the Falcons, maybe the Texans, the Jaguars, they're bad, but they got a lot of money. Yep. There's a reason why they're bad, because they sold all their assets. No Jamal Adams, no Le'Veon Bell. They got their money. They're broke. I mean, they're bad, but they got money to make some moves. So if you're the Jets and you get a top 5 draft pick, you got all these draft picks, or the Jaguars, you use your draft, you draft players Plus, you get a couple free agent players. And that's how a team like the Jets or Jags with the money and the draft capital in a year or two can possibly be back. We're bad and we're broke. You don't see that. And you do not see an expensive roster be this bad.
Yeah, and I just want to talk about one more thing. I don't want to take up a lot of your time, but I want to talk about one more thing that a lot of people are kind of wrong about. You know, everyone's blaming Jim Schwartz about the whole Dallas game. You have to understand something. Jim Schwartz has no talent to work with. The one guy that we signed in the offseason, Darius Slay, has been an absolute stiff. I don't care what anybody says. He's letting up 57 yards a game. I don't care. Whenever he goes up against the top wide receiver, he gets burnt every single game. This guy's been an absolute stiff, and he only has one interception on the year. Just one. And how much do we pay this guy? We're paying him what, $15 million a year, something like that?
Yeah, it was like a 3-year, $50 million deal.
So being overpaid and overrated definitely isn't helping this team, especially when your pressure isn't getting to the quarterback. When we pay the defensive line the most out of anyone on the defensive side of the ball, you know.
Hey, you're right, and like I said, it hasn't been his best year. Darius Slay. I mean, I think he did pretty good early in the season, but then you started seeing these number ones who normally get off on a lot of people, but the Devontae Adams, the who was that before that?
DK Metcalf.
Metcalf. They started just really roasting him, and I mean, he's there. There's just better catches over the defender, and you know, it makes it's harder to play defensive back. Look at Patrick Peterson. He's still no slouch. He's older, but he's no slouch. But look at all them pass interferences he was getting by old man Alshon Jeffrey. You know, it's so hard to play defense nowadays. They want it to be a 30-30 type game, just like the NBA is scoring more. They're trying to get it to be offensive rules, everything. Soon you're not going to be able to breathe on the guys, so there's not going to be no all-star corners because everybody's going to be beatable. But at this point, the Eagles find themselves in a bad situation, and I just don't think the fan base really understands how bad we would have been broke without COVID.
Yeah,
COVID is just the icing on top, a minus 30 mil for everybody, but we don't have that room to spare. So it's going to be. Listen, I never went into an offseason where we had question marks everywhere, and there's question marks everywhere.
Absolutely.
It's rough.
Absolutely. You know, and it's sad because we went from 2018, February 4th, 2018, being on cloud 9 to this heap and pile of dog crap. So I don't know what to say anymore. I really don't. I mean, I hope we lose this Sunday. Every single time we go into a game, I want to win. I do not want to win this game. Like, I seriously don't. I want us to get the best pick possible because I know Harry Roseman's coming back. If you get a top 5 pick, you cannot screw that up.
Yeah, even Howie couldn't do it. Yeah.
You can't screw it up. You know, and if the guy's a stiff, that's not Howie's fault. You know what I'm saying? So we have to lose.
I agree. And I'm the person that says I can't turn the game on Sunday. Like, why am I watching it if I want to lose? You know what I mean? But this is the one game that I will 100% agree. We need to lose this game.
Yeah.
100%. But hey, Nitro, let me know. I'm gonna hit you up on Twitter or something. Let me know. We can actually do a stream that's not a call-in, so we can have a nice hour to just vent. You know what I mean? And do what we do. So I'm gonna hit you up and get you on another show.
Yeah, totally. Keep up the good work, buddy.
Hey, thanks, bro. Appreciate you. Everybody subscribe to Nitro Freak. If you haven't, you probably do. Already know who he is. A lot of people in this chat showing you love. So make sure you hit that button.
See you guys.
Peace. All right. We're going to make these a lot quicker. I always say that, but we're going to legitly make these quicker. I had to get Nitro Freak on here. He's an Eagle content creator. Got to show love to Eagle Nation content creators who are doing their thing. But listen, we're broke and we're bad. The other teams, the Jets, the Jags, the Texans, they're bad, but they got bread. It's a big difference. Big difference. With that being said, let's bring on the next guy. We got my guy, depressed Eagle fan. And we're going to go in order, but we're going to do these faster. So hang in there, guys. We're going to do these faster. Depressed Eagle fan, let me know what is the biggest thing that got you depressed.
I was good, man. This season has been terrible. But Sunday, I knew this week was gonna be just terrible. After the first half, I kind of lost hope. I don't know what that last guy was talking about, Slay. I mean, what can you really expect from the guy? I mean, I get we paid him a lot of money, but he really has no help, and it really doesn't help that Schwartz scheme is more of a react scheme, because I mean, you wonder. Slay led the league in ints in 2017. So, I mean, you have to wonder where that went and all. And maybe he has regressed, but Schwartz's scheme is not good. I'm pretty sure Lord Brunson put out an interesting stat. I don't know. One of the Eagles content creators put out a stat, and it was that two corners. There were only two picks from corners, and it was Sidney Jones and Slay in the past 2 years, and that's just crazy. And now we all know that this defense isn't really good at producing turnovers, but that's not good. Corners should be, the people who get the most picks, and especially not your safeties, Ronnie McLeod, and another guy who was really important on the defense, but he had to sadly go out. And I also want to talk about how underrated Derek Barnett is, even though he might not be playing like a first round pick. We really didn't get much pressure on Dalton. And even though Fletcher Cox, he's like the main reason why, we couldn't get much pressure off the edges. And definitely we're missing Derek Barnett. He was he was pretty good, but he just gets slashed because he was a first round pick and he's not playing like Brandon Graham or a guy like that, but he was pretty good for the defense.
Yeah. Hey, you had some great points there. Like I said, we got a lot of people, so I'm going to answer back, and then we're going to try to keep it moving. But, hey, shout out to you, depressed Philly fan. I agree in the sense that Barnett shows potential. There's plays. He looks unstoppable, but his problem is consistency and health. You know what I mean? You see the talent at an elite level for a couple plays, and then he goes back, or he gets hurt, or he has an attitude and gets a dumb penalty. That has been his downfall so far. Coming out of Tennessee as the sack leader, breaking Reggie White's record in college, I expected more out of him at number 14, and that's where I think people get on him. He's not bad, but he's not living up to that 14th overall pick is what I think everybody's talking about. And he's in his fifth-year option, so it's this was the year to prove, do you get a contract or not? With him being subpar / injury prone, us being broke, this could be a guy who just falls under the cracks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm very concerned about this D-line. We put a lot of money into it, and it's really old. That's one of the issues. You have Brandon Graham, who's already in his 30s, and I don't know if he's gonna come back. But
yeah, that's gonna
we
be tough.
have Fletcher Cox, he's not that old. He's like 30, and we're gonna probably most likely replace Derek Barnett because he's gonna be expensive. So I don't know what the D-line is going to look like, but hopefully we can draft a corner that can, kind of hold that corner 2 spot down, or eventually become our corner 1, so we don't have to worry as much about our D-line. But yeah, thanks for having me on, man.
No problem, depressed Eagle fan. Hey, hopefully we get you undepressed sooner rather than later. Appreciate you. All right. So we got real quick. Like I said, we're gonna go through these quicker. So hang in there, everybody. We got the Philly sports fan. What's going on?
What's going on? How you doing?
Hey, listen. The question, "How you doing?" to me, I wanted to be in the playoffs. So how you doing to me is like, duh. I'm heartbroken. No, I'm just kidding.
Right,
Go ahead.
I can't believe that. It's not. I feel like it's not much of a surprise that we're the only team not in the playoffs. With Howie and Doug and everything we're going through right now. But I guess you could say, who do you think or want is going to win the division? See, here's my take on it. I want us to lose to keep our higher draft pick, but I don't want to see the Washington football team in the playoffs.
You rather the Dallas stinking Cowboys?
No, I'd rather the Giants be in. I can
Right.
I can take the Giants in over the Cowboys and the football team.
See, to me, listen, I hate all three of them. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But my order of hate is Dallas number 1, Giants number 2, and because I don't really know too many Washington football team fans, and they don't even have a name, who cares about that?
Right. That's my order as well. But man, I don't know. I don't even know where to I've been on shows before, and I've said on my show, I don't even know where to start with this team. I really don't. That's the thing. We got to just clean the house. You got to just clean the house and go from there. But
Yeah.
it's not looking like Howie's going anywhere. But you can't mess up a top 6 pick. We need Micah Parsons or Jamar Chase. I'm leaning towards Jamar Chase. But let me ask you a question. So I'm young. I'm not really familiar with this year, but in 2003, Donovan McNabb had a bad year, right? The year after he got TO. And what happened?
Mhm.
We went to the Super Bowl. Do you believe that if Carson Wentz had a threat like Jamar Chase, it would be the same situation or no?
Well, in 2003, we went to the NFC Championship.
Right. I'm talking about next year. Do you think if we had like a good Carson? I'm not saying Carson is a bad quarterback. He doesn't have good receivers. We know that. But if we had a good receiver like Jamar Chase, what do you think would happen?
I think there's
How do you
still
think that would change Carson?
I think there's still underlying circumstances like the O-line coaching and all that stuff. I think we're not a receiver away or a quarterback away. I think we do need much of an overhaul, and we just need. I'm not saying Doug needs to be 100% fired. The only thing that can save him is bringing an OC in here to help clean this up. But again, I just dropped the video yesterday, and I'm not going to contradict myself. I don't know how much Doug's going to be 100% fine with an OC coming in here and taking that when that's all he has left. If there's no change from Howie to Doug, there's still going to be that animosity that I have play calling because that's all I have, and it's going to create problems throughout this thing. Like my guy Philly Fresh said, Doug and Howie fighting, it always hurts the kids. I mean, it's like the parents fighting, it hurts the kids. And the quarterback is the kid. Whether it's Jalen or it's Carson, it's going to affect them because you're not going to get the right talent on the field, and everything is going to just domino effect get worse.
Yeah, it's literally. I feel like it's literally going to come down to training camp next year. It's going to be a fight between the two of them. That's really what I feel like it's going to come down to at this point. But where if Jalen is the starter, where can you see Wentz ending up? What I want to do is I feel like he'd be good in Indy with Frank Wright since he had that big year in 2017, and I think we could get Quentin Nelson for Carson Wentz.
Quentin Nelson's
that
is
possibly like a pick or something in there. You think or no? You think that's too out of reach?
Hey, Quentin Nelson ain't going nowhere. He's probably the best offensive lineman in the game.
But imagine him on the Eagles. That'd be
And listen,
nice.
I know we got a first round pick for Bradford, but I think if we trade Carson Wentz, especially with the money, if he's not willing to restructure, you're not going to get much back. You're just pretty much freeing up some money, and you're not freeing up the money because you're going to get hit with a $30 million cap hit this year, but you're freeing up the money for the next couple years, 2022, 23, 24, where we're going to be hit on cap with Carson. So we have a lot of decisions, but hey, shout out to you. And if you have a channel, let them know your channel, and I'm going to check you out if I haven't done it already.
The Philly Sports Fan. You guys can find me, the Philly Sports Fan, on anywhere like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and that's the Philly Sports Fan. It's spelled PHAN. Just so people don't mess it up.
Got you. Hey, shout out to you, my guy. Got a lot of people back here. I'm gonna let you go. Be easy, my guy. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Go Birds.
Yeah, you already know. Peace. All right. So we got my guy, Brandon. Brandon says device not connected. I was gonna get you, Brandon. I don't know why your device is not connected. Make sure you do something. Either come back out and come back in. You're definitely next. I was trying to click on your now, but he says your guest will need to connect the mic and cam before you can. You don't got your mic connected. So if you can hear me, Brandon, connect your mic and you're in. We're gonna go again. We're gonna try to go through these quicker. I keep saying that, and I don't want people to be like, well, now you're going quicker on me, but we got a lot of people back here. Shout out to the chat. We got people in here. iDrip22, Eagles Champ, Hawk215, Big D, Fly Eagles Fly, Mir Slat, even the Cowboy fans in here. I see you. We got BLSG next. What's going on, BLSG?
Man. The stinking Dallas Cowboys just gotta make us lose.
Yeah,
hey,
man.
Good news, though, they just help our draft chances.
True. But hey, I'm never going to contradict myself. I'm not going to come on here and say like, yeah, this is what I wanted. I wanted to beat Dallas. We failed. And so the constellation prize ain't that bad, but it's still not what I wanted. I'm not going to contradict myself. I wanted to beat the Dallas Cowboys 100%, and we didn't do that. So what is your take on this offseason? Like, quickly, do you think any changes are going to be made?
Well, I think Doug is going to get out. I mean, he's been horrible when it comes to coaching this whole Philadelphia Eagles organization. And Jim Schwartz is just really bad when it comes to coaching defense, especially in that Cowboys game on Sunday. He was playing like absolute garbage. Michael Jaquette let Michael Gallup get open for so many yards and made Andy Dalton feel like he was throwing it easy. Easy.
It made it easy. And then when he moved to Cooper, they just went to him. You know what I mean? Wherever he was on the field, they were targeting.
Exactly.
Hey, real quick, shout out to my guy 2020 Vision, who never comes into call-ins. My guy 2020, get up in here. But listen, he said 132 people in here and only 54 likes. Hit that like button, subscribe, even if you're a Cowboys fan. Yeah, listen, Cowboys, if you watch the play-by-play, I gave you your props. You got to understand, I hate you guys. I hate not you guys, but I hate your team with a passion, and I would expect the same. You don't got to subscribe, my guys, but hit that like button. What's there to hate? Y'all beat us. I'm giving you the props. But Eagle Nation in the chat, make sure you smash that like button. It's free. It's free. With that being said, BLSG, do you think we beat the Washington football team?
I don't know, but at this point, start Nate Sudfeld. I don't care anymore. Just start Nate Sudfeld over Jalen Hurts and hope that the Bengals and the Falcons win their games so we can get the top 3 pick. And for draft-wise, I'm looking at either Jamar Chase out of LSU, Devontae Smith out of Alabama, and Micah Parsons Jr. out of Penn State. One of those 3 we have got to take in the first round. We can't have all of them, but we need to take one of those 3 in the first round. I mean, the receivers are getting older. Our linebacker core sucks. Our defense is getting older. Our O-line's getting shredded and always getting injured. And for rumors, if Carson Wentz gets traded, which is probably going to happen, you're looking at the starting quarterback being Jalen Hurts, obviously. And for the backup, if Jalen Hurts goes down with an injury, you're looking at Nate Sudfeld being the backup quarterback who hasn't gotten a lot of reps. The last time he got a rep was 2 years ago against Washington, I believe, in Week 17.
Hey, I hear you, my guy. Real quick, shout out to BLSG. He has his own channel as well. Go ahead and search him in the search bar, BLSG. Check out a video if you like what you
Right
see.
on the screen, guys.
Hit that button. With that being said, I got a couple more people in here. Shout out to you, my guy.
Take care, Philly Mike.
Peace. All right. Brandon, again, I see you back in here, but it says your guest has not connected a microphone. So when you come in, you don't have to actually connect the microphone. You can use a cell phone. You just got to click the button that says, yes, allow me to use it. All right, we got my guy Vance Maxwell in here next. What's going on, Vance?
Yo, Mike, what's up, man? How you been?
Hey, been hanging in there. Was a rough Sunday. Was a real rough Sunday.
Yeah, it was a rough Sunday, bro, but what could you do, man? Shit happens. That's where life is.
You already know.
At this point, it is what it is. But on to the football game we got coming up this Sunday. I think we should lose this game. I'm a diehard Eagles fan, but the reason why I think we should lose this game because, like the other dude said, previously before the other guy, I think we can probably get like a higher draft pick, and I like this Jamar Chase guy coming from out of LSU. I mean, this team's been flat out ass, man. Excuse my language, no disrespect, but it's been terrible, bro. It's been a horrible year. 2020 just been a horrible year. And I said like this on your podcast Sunday. I don't care about this year no more. I don't care about we losing. All I want to do is go into 2021, which is it starts Friday, and move on because it is what it is from here on out. I don't care no more.
Hey, I agree 100%. It comes down to this. Like, look. Shout out to Ryan SM. I think he's a Cowboy fan, but he makes sense. And I said this as well. If you put the players out there like the Jalen Reagors, the Quez Watkins, the John Hightowers, the Jalen Hurts, they're not going to be able to lose. They're not going to want to lose this game because Jalen Hurts is trying to show he could be the guy. I mean,
Right.
Doug Peterson possibly coaching for his job. There's people's jobs on the line, so they're going to try. Now, if the big man up top, Jeff Lurie says, bro, your job is safe. You need to lose, though. Well, that's the thing. Maybe Doug Peterson, we're not going to come out and like look horrible. We might just hold some punches back, try to make it competitive, but try to lose because it's going to help the future. And I'm never about that, except for now. Our team is this bad. And I've said this, and then for 134 people in here, make sure you smash that like button. It's free. It's easy. And I'm going to say this one more time because I said it early in here. We are so broke and bad, and that's a combination you don't see across the league. Again, the Jets are bad. The Jags are bad. The Texans are bad. The Falcons are bad. They got draft capital, and they got money. They got draft capital, and they got money. We're bad. We got draft capital, but we're broke. You don't see that combination. You don't see a 4-win team as broke as the Eagles because normally you don't got talent. You didn't pay nobody. That's part of the reasons why you stink. We paid everybody, and we stink. It's a problem.
Right.
It's a big problem.
And I'm not going to be here for too long, but what I want to say is, like, look, we sit here and play bad all this year, but all everybody want to do is sit here and complain. And Doug want to come up with these excuses and say he got to be better. Jalen Hurts want to come out and say he got to hit better. But why y'all keep coming up with these excuses and y'all not putting y'all freaking talk where the field is? Like that's what I don't get about them. Like y'all here shooting yourself in the foot, making yourself look embarrassing. Like we should be competing in the NFC for the number 1 seed. It shouldn't be the Saints. Look where they play. Look where Green Bay playing right now. And then on top of that, I know COVID has been in the way. This COVID-19 has been out of control on this planet. But what I want to say is Howie Roseman got to really pick up the glass that he dropped and really get better at drafting. Like he's terrible at it, bro. No lie on that one, but he's terrible on some stuff. But I feel as though if we're gonna go into 2021 saying we're going to be a better team, let's not talk about it, let's do it, because closed mouths don't get fed. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, it's gonna be tough, but it's gonna be a long off season for this team to really get time to fix things and make it better. You know what I mean? Like it's just the way, it's just what it is. It is what it is at this point. But you know, I'm not staying here for too long. I want to say Happy New Year and get ready for 2021. And hope everybody get their vaccines. And please mask up when y'all go outside. Please do, because I already had COVID-19. I had COVID-19 not too long ago. I wasn't sick, but I had the virus. I just had to sit in the house for like 14 days. But please mask up, guys.
Definitely. Hey, shout out to my guy James Williams said, oh yeah, I'm subscribing. This is what we do. We have regular videos throughout the week on certain opinions, certain topics. We do live call-ins, and we also do live play-by-plays. Subscribe to the Philly Talk Podcast and make sure you smash that like button. Shout out to you, Vance.
Well, another thing too, before I get off, when I was saying what you were saying about Howie Roseman, I'm agreeing with you. He better not touch those damn draft picks until he gets somebody to help him out. And I agree with Gate City and Philly Fresh. You know, tell Philly Fresh he need to calm himself down. I seen one of y'all lives where he was starting to get a little riled up at the guy who was disrespecting him. A little bit.
Yeah, you know, but at the end of the day, listen, we all cool. Listen, we're used to YouTube. People come at us in our videos and stuff. You can say whatever you want, but when you come at a guy's character, it's different by just saying you're dumb,
right?
Stuff like that. But hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Let's move on. Call it a day. But I'm gonna talk to y'all next time, Mike. I'll catch you later, bro.
All right, be easy, bro. Peace. All right. So we're gonna go. We got Eagles body bag. I see you back there. We got people back there. High Eagles fly. Eagles body bag. Then we got New York Dog, Dave 10 Eagles, Brandon, Jordan, Bleed Green 215, and Eagles Champ. We're going to try to go through these quicker because we already hit an hour. So get you on, speak your speak. I chop it up for a second, and then we go about our day. You know what I mean? Hi, Eagles Fly. What's going on?
Not much, man. How about you?
Hey, we lost. I wanted to win. What's your take on all this?
Well, if you ask me, first of all, we need to get rid of Howie Roseman. That's not even a question at this point. Get rid of Howie, find a new GM. Maybe put Dorsey in or something. But if you're going to keep Doug, he's got to have an OC that's going to take over play calling duties. And if he's unwilling to do that, you fire him. And the guy who I would hire to be your next head coach, Brian Dabble from Buffalo. I watched that game last night, and during the third quarter, they were talking about how Brian Dabble was calling design rollouts, utilizing the run, crosses midfield. Just the type of the type of coach, I should say, that Carson Wentz, I think, would benefit from. They were standing that dude last night.
And you see the work that Josh Allen put this year. He took a big jump. I'm not saying Josh Allen was a scrub, but he wasn't at this level. He took a nice jump. And it goes to show from the quarterback coaches, the offensive coordinators, putting these guys in great position. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's, like I said, after watching that game last night, that's who I would hire to be our next head coach. And that or Arthur Smith from Tennessee.
I'm going to start. Hey, now I'm going to have to put all my attention into, hot new offensive coordinators, quarterback coaches, up and coming guys, the draft. That's what we're going to dive deep into. But yeah, man, that definitely sounds like a good person just to see what the Bills offense has become underneath him. Eric Bieniemy is a good choice too, because again, you're not going to get an offensive coordinator to just jump to another team and be an offensive coordinator. The only way an offensive coordinator is leaving their job is if they're going to offer him a head coach position. So you got the Eric Bieniemys, you got the guy you said, which I'm going to start diving in deep, but that's definitely an option.
Yeah, dude. I mean, the season's lost. I mean, if you watched Doug Pearson's press conference yesterday, it kind of sounded like he was trying to publicly appeal to Jeffrey Lurie, saying, I'm the guy who can fix this. I know what has to be done, yada, yada, yada.
I agree.
Like, it sounded like he knows that his job is on the line.
True. Again, like I said, you have to sound confident on the press conference or they're going to look at it as a sign of weakness. So I don't believe that is saying he's coming back or not. We're going to have a lot of things to talk about this offseason. Hey, appreciate you for coming through, my guy. Hi, Eagles Fly. Keep showing love to the Eagles, and shout out to you, my guy.
Thanks, man. Have a great day, dude.
You too. Peace. Okay. We got our guy Eagles body bag, and I keep telling him I'm going to hit him up on Instagram so we can actually get on here for a whole video and not cut him off too short. But at the end of the day, I just hate Instagram so much. I keep forgetting. What's going on, my guy?
Not much, man. I'm kind of happy, kind of mad, kind of a little pissed off, man. I don't know what to take of this season. I know one thing, man. The fact that we didn't fire no one yet tells me that Howie and Doug are going to be here. I think they're still going to be here, man. Maybe Jim goes, but I don't see him going. The big problem that I see going is the quarterbacks, and I just can't wait for Jalen Hurts a year or 2 years just to get him developed in here. No, man, like I already got a quarterback that knows the system. Like you know what I mean? He just needs some help, you know what I mean? And it's just like there are some fans. No offense to the young guy that just came on, because I don't know his age or whatever. So he has all the right to want Hurts as a starting quarterback because this is his generation and stuff like that. He doesn't know, you know what I mean, the pain and suffering from different quarterbacks, from different coaches from year in. Like I said, I've been an Eagles fan for 25 years, bro. And I just can't waste giving up on Wentz after 1 year and just like kicking him to the curb like he's Jay fucking Cutler or something. And to the other guy that's supposedly been watching the Eagles since 2003, you should go. You should go to sleep. You should not come back on. How would you say Quentin Nelson for Carson Wentz? You should smack yourself for that. Really, Quentin Nelson, or offensive lineman? Are you really?
First
Is
of all,
that what it's called? I don't understand that.
hold
I
on.
just don't.
Body bags. Let me say this though. At this point, Quentin Nelson is a top 5 player in the NFL.
I understand it, but he's an offensive lineman. What are we gonna do? A Chip Kelly now? So this is what we're doing now. We already did this before. We got rid of McCoy for a freaking linebacker. So we're gonna get rid of Carson Wentz for Kiko. Where's he at? He's in the Colts, right? So we're gonna.
The Colts wouldn't do it. The Colts wouldn't do it.
But I'm saying, so if it happens, I'm just saying, if it happens, you want Carson Wentz to go to the Colts.
Hold up. What I want to say this though. If we do trade Wentz, which I don't know if we're going to, but listen, if we do trade Wentz, you can't get much better than a Quentin Nelson as a return, because if you trade him with that money, you're not going to get much in return because you're asking to take on a contract. You know what I mean?
So we're not going. So that's a big move, man. That's hard, man. I can't do that, bro. He's not that bad of a quarterback, man. I don't know, man. I'm scared for this offseason, man. Yeah. I really am, man, because I feel as though we're about to go back in the Stone Ages, and I don't see Jalen competing with these guys, Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. And, these cats. You see their records now? The Bills are 11-3. No, they was it 12-3 or something like that. You got Tennessee, who's 10-5. Browns 10-5. Kansas City Chiefs once again, bro, are 14-1. Like, I just can't wait for him to know, man. Like, give him one more year, and if he's that bad, then we get rid of him, man. I don't care, man. But if you move on with Jalen Hurts, don't expect to go to the bowl that year. Don't get your hopes up high, because I just don't see it. And that's just me, man. I had a lot more to say, man, but I'm actually kind of busy, man. I gotta do some things, man.
Hey,
man, hit me up, bro. Hit me up on the gram. Hit me up, man.
Definitely.
I'm so scrambled out, man. I can't really, you know what I mean?
Nah, but
right now because I've been the Eagles.
We're gonna get you on one where it's gonna be me, you, and Philly Fresh too. So we all chop it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Because right now, man, some of these fans are just too young for me, man. For them to be just like, yo, just get rid of this player. Let's just get rid of this player. It's because he's look nice. Nah, man, I can't do that, man. I can't do that, man.
It's not just as easy as just get rid of him. There's a lot that goes into it.
And did you see his game? I don't understand why. Okay, Doug Peterson. Yeah, this is on him to play calling that game, the Dallas game. But does anybody have any fault to what Hurts did in that game? Anything? No, he was just the Messiah, right? I just don't understand, because I seen the whole lot too. I've seen a lot. And when that defense adjusted to his mobility, because once he starts running, that's all he likes to do. I'm telling you, this is another Lamar Jackson situation, and I just don't like it. But anyway, man, let you go, man, because you got people back there, man. Please get with me, man. Just send that message, man. All right, bro. Thanks.
Be easy, bro.
All right.
Okay. Like I said, we gonna run through these. Shout out to everybody in chat. Simone Stanley, Hawk, Christian E. I think he's a Cowboy friend. I don't know why I'm shouting him out. 2020 Vision, D Champ, Mirror Slat. What's going on with all y'all? We got New York Dog. I think he's a New York fan. I'm gonna take it at that. Let's see what he got to say. What's up?
Yo, what's going on, man? Hey, I'm a Giants fan. I'm gonna just add on to what the dude was saying before me. The things that Jalen Hurts is saying, the things that he's doing, I feel like Carson Wentz could do the same thing. I feel like Doug Peterson, he opened up the playbook for Jalen Hurts. Like, y'all running the ball effectively, which is opening up the passing game. They didn't do that for Carson Wentz.
Agreed.
Carson Wentz, he was just dropping back, just throwing the ball. I'm not gonna lie, if you would have ran the ball on us, y'all probably could have beat us. Because y'all stopped running the ball. Y'all was killing us in the run game in the first half. I remember that game. The recent game we played out, y'all was killing us in the run game. And they had to just stop. Y'all trying to throw that James Bradbury and shit. That shit was kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
Let me talk about draft. I'm a Giants fan, so I really don't want y'all to get Jamar Chase. I hope y'all I hope y'all like draft like a cornerback because I feel like that's y'all biggest need. Like that secondary is abysmal.
You're
Like,
right.
y'all are I think y'all might go cornerback, Patrick Surtain or Caleb Farley, one of them dudes. I hope y'all do.
Yeah, because I know you guys are eyeing up Jamar Chase. You know,
yes, we
your
need
defense
that, man.
your
Desperately.
defense is your defense is pretty good. You know, your offense gets healthy. You get Jamar Chase. You put Slayton as a number 2. That starts to look like a deadly offense as long as Danny Dimes continues to develop and just watch his turnovers. That's his biggest thing. We know he got the arm. He's pretty mobile. He just got to watch the turnover worthy plays. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know. That's really all I wanted to say. And I just want to say this: if y'all trade away Carson Wentz, that's probably gonna be like one of y'all biggest mistakes. Because I feel like he still got it, and this is coming from a Giants fan. At the end of the day, I feel like he still has it. So if y'all let him go to like the 49ers or the Colts, y'all gonna regret it. Because I feel like he still got something in the tank. That's all I really want to say, man.
Hey, shout out to you, New York Dog. And hey, listen, as you probably heard, at the end of the day, I love talking sports with anybody. Cowboys, Giants, Washington football team. And the same way I hate your teams, I expect you guys to hate us. You know what I mean? There's no love lost there, but that's what I love the NFC East about. I love how we don't like each other, but you know, football's football. We talk it up, chop it up. The team that wins gets to do the most talking. And right now, Eagles got to keep their mouths quiet when it comes to the NFC East, but don't worry. We'll find a way back. We will.
All right, man. I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Respect.
All right. We got Brandon guy. Brandon, what's going on?
Yo, what's up?
Hey, chilling. So, give me your take. Do you think the Eagles beat Washington this upcoming week?
I honestly think Eagles are gonna win by not that much though, but probably by at least like 10 points. I want to see Jalen Hurts do good this game, and I just want to say this: all the rookies, like this is their first year. You gotta let them get used to their team and that type of stuff. You just don't want to get like, cause since how they Jalen Hurts has been doing like okay this season. I'm used to seeing like Carson Wentz play and how he's like doing all of his stuff, but like it's more like different since Jalen Hurts is putting up like more points since like when Carson Wentz played, he hasn't put up that much points.
Yeah, the offense definitely looked different, but we did see us come back down to earth in this last game where we only put up 17 against the Cowboys defense that, listen, they played good in that game, but let's be honest, they haven't been good this year. They've been allowing 30 points almost per game. So at the end of the day, you have to look at that, and it comes back to coaching, and it comes back to the supporting cast. Is Jalen Hurts to blame for some of that stuff? Yes. Was Carson Wentz to blame for some of that stuff? Yes. But there's also circumstances and context behind it. Carson Wentz stunk in a lot of games. It's because he made bad decisions, but it's also because the O-line stunk, because of our receivers couldn't separate, because of the coaching. And same with Jalen Hurts. I'm not ready to say Jalen Hurts is not good, and I'm not ready to say Carson Wentz is 100% done. I'm ready to say that the Philadelphia Eagles need change, whether it be the quarterback, whether it be the coach, the GM. We got to start at the top and work our way down.
I just want to see the offensive linemen just do like better. I want to see him do way much better, but I mean, I guess it's like the last week of the season. I'm just ready for next year. I want to see him do good and proud.
Hey, yeah, shout out to my guy Big Bird said how we think he's playing Madden with the franchise, Madden franchise with the salary cap off. You already know that's crazy. Shout out to my guy Big Bird. But hey, Brandon, shout out you for being a nice supporter. Real quick though, you said you think that we're going to beat Washington. Do you want to beat him, or do you want to lose to get a higher draft pick?
Honestly, I really don't care about this, but I kind of wanted higher chance of like a higher pick, like a better pick, so we could get like a good say if we get the first round, I want to at least get it like a QB or offensive lineman. Get used to like just trying to get a good quarterback. Like I'm not saying that Jalen Hurts is a bad quarterback. I'm just saying like we need like another quarterback because like you never know what's gonna happen.
Facts. Hey, with that being said, we got a lot of people in here trying to get more people on. Shout out to you, my guy. Appreciate you 100%.
All right, see you.
Peace. All right. Like I said, I gotta be somewhere at 4:50, so we still got a little bit of time. We got like 45, 30 minutes. We're gonna get these guys in here. I'm probably gonna be taking this down now, so we don't get too many more in here. But all right, we got C Demon. I don't know how to say the first part. So what's going on with you, my guy?
Yo, what's up, man? I love your show, by the way. Really do. I'm a Bears fan, so
hey,
yeah, I know. But I love the Eagles. I give mad respect to the Eagles out there. Fly Eagles, fly. In my opinion, Winston, he's a good quarterback. In my opinion, it's just the playbooks that they need to update the playbooks to make it fit for him. Now I get it. Some people might look at me as I'm crazy or weird, but if y'all get rid of him, like the other dude said, that would be a bad idea. That would be pretty much like goal for other teams to actually rebuild him up to make him better. And that's what I think. Now, do I believe that you guys can beat the Washington? Yeah, I do. I really feel like y'all can beat Washington this week. I feel like y'all can get the job done and seal it, in my opinion, 10 points over. 10 points over. This is me. Bad enough, we got to deal with the fucking Packers, man.
Hey, so yeah, real quick, since you're a Bear fan, shout out to Mitchell Trubisky, actually, coming back after being benched, going through the adversity and kind of responding. He still has some stuff he has to work on, but who knows? Your defense is always tough. The Bears always make sure they load up on them defensive players, but I agree. I think we can beat Washington, and you got these young, hungry players who I don't think is going to sit down and take this L. I think it's better for the franchise to lose now because we're out. Prior to the Cowboys game, I wanted to win. I wanted to get to the playoffs. I knew that this team wasn't a Super Bowl material, but after beating the Saints competitive against the Cardinals, if we would have beat the Cowboys by the margin I thought, 10 points or something, I'd have been thinking, hey, you beat the Saints, you play competitive against the Cardinals, you beat the Cowboys by a nice margin. I think we could win a game or so. But we got brought down to earth. Our team stinks, and we got to fix some stuff.
Yeah, and like I said, agree with you on that one. I feel like Eagles just doing a rebuild. You got to do a rebuild in order to do good and stuff like that. Every team goes through it. Hell, just like the Bears, we're going through a rebuild. Like, you saw how many games we lost? We lost 6 games in a whole row, and then boom, out of nowhere, we started winning. Like, and our only downfall is Coach Nagy and Mr. Trubisky. Like, yeah, we got to get a good, better playment of the playbook, a good, better coach, quarterback, I meant to say. But other than that, that's it.
Hey, I hear you. Hey, shout out to you, my guy. Go do your thing, Bears. Where y'all at in the playoff hunt right now?
So far for the playoffs, in order for us to be in the playoffs, we either got to win our next game or Cardinals got to lose.
Who do Cardinals play?
The Cardinals play the LA Rams.
That could be because the Rams are fighting too. Hey, shout out to you. Hopefully y'all get in. And shout out to you, my guy.
All right. Thanks, man.
Be easy. All right. Like I said, we're going to get to these last couple in here. Some people are still finding a way in. Shout out to my guy, Emin. What's going on?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Hey, we lost. I wanted to get that dub. Kind of hurt. What's your take
big fan of your guys' podcast, You Gate. I like the work you guys do, man. Good shit.
Definitely. And that's the thing. We all have our separate channels, but we always get at least one stream. When the season's over, we're going to do our Battle Birds podcast on Saturday, like Saturday night-ish, 7-ish, like that. But we always do the pregame and the postgame. That's just what we do. We came up together, and we like.
Are you guys? Do you guys got plans for any off-season stuff, like a draft board or like what LB and 5500 did?
Actually, we're planning on getting it all together. So we plan on having a 500 LB Philly Mike Philly Fresh Gate City collab on it. You know what I mean? So It's in the works. It's in the works.
Okay. My question for you was, what do we do about this offensive line, man? Especially with you got Brandon Brooks, he's owed a lot of money. Lane Johnson, he's getting up there in age. It's like, so should we trade some of these guys? I'm conflicted on the draft. Like, do we go best player available? Offensive line, wide receiver. It's just so many holes,
I agree, and it does get tough. 17 million, I believe, next year against the cap for Lane and 14 for Brandon Brooks, and these guys are Pro Bowl players, and they're getting up there in age, but still, for offensive line age, they still got time. What concerns me is the lingering injuries from these guys.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, Brandon Brooks. Hey, I don't make fun of nobody, and I'm not trying to make fun, but he has that anxiety. So we already lost him for games for anxiety. He has both ACLs out. He had a shoulder injury. So I mean, like, there's not really many bones in his body that hasn't been broken. He's a great player, but can we get these guys for the whole year? Our offensive line has been going worse, and worse. These guys have been on the team, but Lane Johnson in and out now again. If you fix Lane's ankle, he gets the actual stuff he needs. He's a guy I feel more confident about being healthy because he hasn't been that injury prone. But I'm very nervous for a guy like Brandon Brooks, who, like I said, both ACL or both Achilles. I don't know. Yeah. Both Achilles, shoulder, and he has stuff going on up here. Went on a field, great, but can he stay there?
I know, and Herbig played pretty well this year, in spots. So they got the good thing about playing all the young players is that they got experience for next year, so you have good depth. So, you could go wide receiver, but I don't know. My biggest thing is that whoever the quarterback is next year, you got to surround them with weapons. I mean, let's be real. They're not going to trade Wentz. If you're the owner, say you own the Eagles, why would you take on a $30 million loss with no return on your investment? That just doesn't make sense business-wise. So I think they're both going to be here.
Well, the only way you would do that is if you're 100% convinced that in this system, well, mostly you're probably saying Doug is staying. So if you get rid of Wentz, maybe it's because Doug is staying. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying this is possible reasons why. Now, if he's on the team next year, you're taking a $30 million hit. If he's off the team, you're taking a $30 million hit. However, next year is another 20. The next couple years are taking hits for him too. So the only mindset is that they have to fully believe that Wentz is not fixable and then get rid of him there, because 30 million is coming off the board whether he's there or he's not. But you can save the 2022, 23, 24 salary if he's gone. However, if you think he's fixable, then you would not trade him because you're going to take that hit regardless. So it's pretty much how the Eagles feel. Is Jalen Hurts the replacement? Is Carson Wentz the guy? And they haven't done nothing to say either or, because they have been really disrespectful to Wentz since he signed that on a dotted line.
True. But I mean, would you feel comfortable with just Hurts going into camp next year with no competition? I mean, just to have him, just make him the starter with like no competition. I mean, that seems like a mistake to me.
I won't say I will feel comfortable, because at the end of the day, I believe you should have a steady backup. I mean, Nate Sudfeld's not that guy, but let's look around the league. When you look at franchise quarterbacks, normally their backup is unknown. You don't know him. He's legitimately bad.
They're also proven, though. I mean, he's only started 4 games, so I mean,
true.
I think it's a risk to not bring them both back next year, personally. But I know you got a lot of people in the chat, man, so I'll let you go. I'll watch them from afar, man. Appreciate the work you guys do, man.
Hey, shout out to you. And like I said, I look forward to collaborating with these other guys, 500, LB, Gate, and Fresh on this draft board, because that's all we really got to look forward to in this long anticipated offseason, with who's going to be the coach, who's going to be the GM, who's going to be the quarterback. How are we going to afford anybody? We're just going to be window shopping. Ooh, this guy's a free agent. We're broke. You know what I mean? So it's going to be rough, my guy.
All right, bro.
Shout out to you. All right. We're going to go through these last couple quick. Shout out to my guy, Big Moose, with the $4.99 super chat. First round got to be Chase, Parsons, or certain. Fire sell our veteran players on this team and get draft capital. We got to stay healthy and need a OC for Doug. That is the recipe to success right there. Use your first round pick on a dire need, linebacker, receiver, or corner. Get rid of these guys. Most likely you're going to have to let go of these guys with no compensation, but if you can get draft capital, get it. And there's 2 options. Either Doug is out or OC is in. I can't see any other thing. Shout out to you, my guy, 100%. All right, we got Jordan. What's going on, Jordan?
What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Man, I just feel like this team has to stop like putting band-aids over things that need stitches. You know what I'm saying? I think every year is somebody that's a new scapegoat. Last year was Mike Grove, this year is Wentz. And I think eventually you just have to start fixing the real issues of the team. And I think it starts with Howie, like everybody's been saying. And until we fix Howie or get him out of here, it's hard to see something that's going to change. It's like,
Exactly. Domino effect from the top, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can't continue to make bad drafts like he's been doing. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Whiteside, I mean, there's no excuse for a pick like that. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. But hopefully, eventually, we'll get it fixed and we can get back to winning games like I guess we used to. But it's just hard seeing a team like this getting beat by the Cowboys by 20 points. You never want to see that. So, but. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I just wanted to say that, but appreciate you.
Hey, shout out to you, my guy, and I agree. You never want to see that. I know the draft pick is now what we actually need to focus on, but dang, going into that game, that 14-3 lead, I was really in my bag. You know what I mean? I was like, let's go.
Yeah.
And then it just all fell apart.
It was tough, but hopefully we'll get it fixed out. Next year we'll be back. But appreciate you for having me.
You already know, Jordan. Appreciate you for subscribing and watching the Philly Talk podcast, my guy.
Yes, sir.
Be easy. All right. We got one more person. Bleed Green 215 in the building. What's going on with you?
What's going on, Philly Mike? Last time we had this conversation, I was talking about, just how, putting in Jalen Hurts wasn't going to fix everything. It was going to basically, expose the things that is going on with our team. And I'm gonna make this as real quick as possible as I can. Like I said last time, they really messed up from not getting younger since the Super Bowl, and putting us in situations where we getting young guys that, that's going to be here. That's why we're dealing with all these injuries. And now you're relying on the veterans. And it's giving us basically two options right now. Like you said, either we're going to keep Doug or we're going to blow everything up. You know what I'm saying? And keeping Doug, it's like, does that help really? Him and Howie they don't know how to draft right, So, I feel like, that would be the safer move because don't nobody really want to have to do a rebuild. But it's to the point now where they messed up so bad. Unless Howie can pull something out of hat again, I'd rather them just blow everything up, man. And, blow everything up. Get draft capital, like the brother said before, and because you don't want to come into the season again next year. We got these same problems. Brandon Brooks remind me of Sean Andrews with all the issues. He reminds me of Sean Andrews with all the issues. And Howie, when he back into his office, he needed to just work on with the the money side of things. He's good at that. And you just know what you have with them two. You know what you have with them two is not really going to be anything different unless you get an offensive coordinator. And that's a lot. That's a lot to have to come with. You have Carson coming back. Me personally, I think he's going to be our quarterback or, have a competition in the quarterback room. And that's a lot to deal with. It's a lot to deal with. I think, honestly, we should blow everything up, man, because you got older players that should have been gone, man. Should have been gone. I love Brandon Graham. I love these older players, but they should have been going to get younger players in here, man. So we don't have to worry about half of the stuff that we're worrying about right now.
Hey, I agree 100% with you. And it comes a time where, like you said, Howie can't do it. Like, I would like to see him legitly gone, but like worst case scenario, you got to give John Dorsey the scouting. You got to give him the final say on draft. Again, Howie Roseman wasn't fired when Chip Kelly came here, but he was put in the closet. Shout out to
put him back in the closet.
Yeah. Shout out to who said that in the chat. I think it was James. Who's just said that? Yeah, Jason Smith. Yeah, put him back in the closet. let him be, the numbers guy, and you let John Dorsey do that. Because if Howie Roseman says, nah, I got the taste of the Super Bowl and that, well, then you got to go. You got two choices. You go back in the closet or you're gone. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I agree. This team has so many question marks when it comes to the future and so little money to make the decisions we need,
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that the only thing that we really probably can do is to clear house, man. It's like you need to give it a whole new look from someone else, someone else to come in here and see what's going on. Even like I said, even if some players that we don't want to, like, we love, but you got to get capped, man. I mean, you have to get assets for these players, man. You can't fall in love with them. That's one thing I like about New England. Like, they let people go, man. They don't hold on to them for too long, man. So you can get younger players in here, and that's what this team needs. And another thing for the game against Washington, man. Listen, I'm all about the win, but how bad would that be sticking at the dollars?
Exactly.
And the dollars and getting a higher draft pick, man. Like, that would be hilarious, man. That would be hilarious, man. For real.
And that leads me into the super chat real quick. Shout out to DT, a supporter of the Philly Talk podcast, but he is a Cowboy fan. With the $5 super chat, he said, I keep my friends close, but my enemies closer. Shout out to the show. Will the Eagles win on Sunday? Every Cowboy fan in the world is like, we need the Eagles to win. Will they win? And so you were just getting into that, but what's your take on it? Do we beat the Washington football team, which gives the Cowboys winning in? Or do we lose to the football team, gives us a better draft pick? They still get a better draft pick, but not better than ours, and they're not in the playoffs. What's your take on that?
Well, I want a better draft pick. I think the higher your chances of getting a quality player, and I think with Washington, with their defensive line, man, it's like it's going to basically expose what we already know. Jay Hurts, once they get used to, they buckle down and get used to what he's doing. It's like you have to, at some point, you have to throw with your arm. You have to make those plays. I've seen Carson do that. With Tom, I've seen him do that. So I just think that they'll find a way, especially if Alex Smith is going to play, man. He's not really, going to turn the ball over too much. So.
Exactly. And if the Eagles play Jalen Hurts, I think there's a shot we're going to win because he's not going to lay down. But if we go ahead and put Sudfeld in, which I know Doug Peterson already said Hurts is a starter, maybe he just pull some punches. We definitely got to see. But hey, shout out Bleed Green 215. I appreciate you 100%.
Sir.
All the support.
Yes, respect, man. Respect.
You already know, my guy. Be easy.
All right.
Peace. All right, we do got one more on here. We got Dave 10 Eagles. What's going on, Dave 10 Eagles? Yo.
What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's going on with you? Yes, sir.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you can't hear me. So I think you got to go out and come back in.
Okay. Let me see.
All right. So we about to be done here. I'm gonna wait for him to come back on so I can get him on. Hey, Simone, you want to come through real quick and say a little quick piece on Jalen number 2 Hurts? If we trade Hurts, what are we gonna do if/when Carson still stinks next year? Woo! You want to come on here right quick? I got about 15 more minutes. I'm gonna get Dave 10 Eagle in, and then that's pretty much it. That's all she wrote. Hour 33. Another call in. Shout out to everybody who called in. There's always people who call in when there's 10 people in here and who can't get in and give up. But hey, shout out to the people who hang through. I try to keep it as fast as possible, but fly Eagles fly on the road to being broke. Man, it's tough. It's all good. She said, I'm at work. Go ahead and do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Even if we get better draft pick, it wouldn't matter because Howie doesn't know how to draft. Eagles can't cut anyone to better the cap. They're locked into these bad contracts. That hurts. What happened to Hurt if Hurt stinks? Oh, man, here we go. Are you going live tonight for the Sixers game? Here's the thing. I'm going to do every single Sixers game. The only games it's going to be hard for me to do is Tuesday games. Every Tuesday at 6 o'clock, I got to handle something on my business. I got a business and I work. But every Tuesday, I got to go and do a meeting. So Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday games, I'm going to be able to go live. But Tuesday games are going to be too hard. When you do a live after work hours, I got you. We got Marquette Spikes in the building. What's going on, my guy?
Why don't you get a team? Do you like a football?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
What's going on with you, my guy?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Hanging in there, After that butt whooping, it's not much more. I can't be too much on the happy side.
Man, this the first time I got a chance to finally talk to you, man. It's been a while. I keep up with you all the time, man.
Hey, you've been a supporter since I was like I can't remember exactly, but I was 100% under 1,000 subscribers. I was probably around 400, 300 when you came through. So you've been a fan of me, Gate and Fresh, for the longest time.
I stay watching y'all, man.
I appreciate that. So what is your take on this situation that we're in? Last place in the East, not much money. How do you think the offseason is going to go?
It all depends, man. It all depends on what Jeffrey does. If he let people go, if he get a new coaching staff, if Howie gets up out of there, it just depends on a lot of different scenarios, man. Like it's hard. It's hard to say.
Let me ask you this: if you're now this is of course unrealistic, but if you are Jeff Lurie, what do you think? What would you do when it comes to GM, coach, and the quarterback controversy?
Well, for me, I feel as though automatically, due to the fact that we did give Wentz all that money, I feel as though he deserves a fair shot at being like the starter and stuff like that. So I feel as though it should be an open competition, but not just for him and Hurts. I feel as though all three of them, like as far as Nate Sudfeld, Hurts, Wentz, just give everybody the opportunity. I feel as though we also need a new coach. If not a new coach, somebody else is going to call the plays the proper way. I just feel as though we need a different system, offensively, defensively. We've been in the same system for like forever.
Too long.
I think it's just time for a whole new scenery.
Hey, I hear you. And where do you stand with Howie Roseman?
Well, what they saying is they got a new dude that's supposed to be making the little decisions and stuff like that. If that's true, I feel as though that's cool because I feel as though as far as with financial decisions, sometimes as far as like getting people and making them restructure their deals and stuff like that, he does a pretty good job at that, So, I feel as though him with the scouting and stuff like that and not listening to the scouts and stuff like that, that's where the problems come with me. I feel as though that's his problem. I feel as though he feels as though he has too much power. And sometimes you can't be like that. It's supposed to be about your team.
I agree 100%. Real quick, let me get this super chat. Shout out to my guy Eagles Body Bag 18 with the $5 super chat. He said, if he stinks next year, talking about Carson, there will be a better quarterback coming out of the draft. Mark my words. Interesting. Real quick, let me get this super chat out here real quick too. DT, supporter of the Fully Talk podcast, but he's a Cowboy fan. It's a $5 super chat. He said, my bad, Mike. Y'all drafted JJ Arcega-Whiteside instead of DK when he was on the board. And I agree. Every time I read it, say it, think about it, I just feel like bleh, throwing up.
Bro, here's my thing about it. I feel as though in so many ways, it don't matter who you draft if they got somewhat type of a skill or whatever. But I feel as though our coaching staff don't take the time to coach our players up. You know what I mean? Like, especially the rookies. Like, you got to coach your players up and put them in a position to win. You know what I mean? Like, I feel as though a lot of our players don't get used to their strengths, like Rager. Like for example, Rager. People been ragging on Rager, but at the same time, when have we put him in a position to do what he do best, which is gain yak yards?
Yup. Get him in space,
We don't put him in a positions. Watkins and Hightower, they're deep ball threats. You know what I mean? We don't give them opportunities. You know what I mean? I feel as though Hurts, we can do a whole much more with Hurts and Wentz. We just don't use both of the quarterbacks to their strengths.
Hey, that's true. But real quick, Marquise Graham said Eagles definitely should be on Hard Knocks this season for that Knocks. They have a reason this offseason. Listen, this offseason is going to be so crazy because I've never seen any team who had question marks at every main position. Every main position, there's a question mark. That is crazy. Shout out to you, my guy Marquette. I'm gonna be getting off here soon. Anyways, you the last one. Appreciate you. And definitely, I'm gonna be doing a call-in show once a week. So make sure you stay tuned and come in and give me your input. You know what I mean? Every week, there's gonna be a new article and a new decision to be made. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to get with y'all on Sunday, man.
You already know, man. Appreciate you 100%.
All right, man. Be easy.
Be easy. Peace. Yo. So like I said, listen, we're going to be doing these live call-ins once a week, normally on Tuesday. Sometimes we might change it up. But listen, I appreciate everybody who comes in here. If you're in the chat, just chatting it up, or if you're in the backstage calling in to be on the show, because at the end of the day, I love y'all takes. I got takes. Y'all got takes. The only difference is I'm on the screen talking about it. And I appreciate you guys for rocking with me. We are about 100 subscribers away from 8K. Shout out to you guys. And again, I don't normally do live streams this early, but my job gave me off since Christmas, so I don't even have to go back to work until the 4th. So I got a lot of free time. Normally my streams be around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, you know. With all that being said, let's get to a couple of these comments and we go and bounce up out of here. Breakman said Jalen Hurts a beast. X Billy said, do you think Jalen Hurts is still going to be here next year? Corey, if you answered this, I just joined. That's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough. I do believe he'll be here. I don't know if he'll be the backup, but a starter, though. I think you might have to get rid of one, but I think it's all depends on what goes on with Doug and stuff, too. Jimbo, 2 sentence. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy in the chat. And don't be sorry. It's all right to not know what one is talking about. I don't know what that means, but shout out to you guys in the chat. Eagles plus Hard Knocks equals a billion plus views a week. You already know. And I would have, listen, if we on Hard Knocks, the very next day after that episode each week, I'm going to have my podcast talk solely about that episode. Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? We are going to be the new soap opera. 100% is wild. Jalen Hurts has a arm. He proved that already. Stop reaching. Oh, man. I'm out, y'all. Have a great night. Happy New Year's. You already know. Shout out to Brian. Says Martin Wentz. You might be right, but you can tell that you can't tell that for sure from 3 average games. You should be our Valent Tyler if you can tell that from watching 3 games. Listen, I agree this. Do I think Hurts has talent? Yes. Do I think it's easy to just call somebody great in 3 games, 4 games? No. It's definitely a risk you're taking because of the sample size being small. But I do believe Hurts can play, though. But it's going to be tough. What's going on, Adi B? Listen, for those who are asking about the 76ers live streams, I will be doing them every 76ers live play-by-play like I do the Eagles. Just every Tuesday game is going to be hard. But the rest of the games, I got. But Audi says, still believe in Hurts. He's a rookie that was just thrown into the offense. I hope he is the next future quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles. Leon said the word is premature. Exactly. 4-game sample size is hard to decide. I think he should play all next season to see. Yeah, but then that's the thing, though. What do you do with Carson? Because if you leave Carson Wentz on the team after the third week of the after the third week of the new calendar year, Carson's already getting paid for summer 2022. That's the problem. If you want Carson, cool, leave him on. See what happens. But if this organization wants to get rid of him, you got to get rid of him before the third calendar week of the new season, because some of his 2022 salary is guaranteed. Jason said the Eagles can be a good team if they have backups because everybody gets injured. Yes. We just got to stay healthy, please, Lord, God, the injury gods, whatever you want to call it. Hurts doesn't want rookie, so stop. Let both quarterbacks battle it out next season. Wentz contracts makes it hard to trade him, so give him some competition to see how they react. The other word is, you already know, my guy. I'll give Bonnie J the little time of day he wants, or she wants, I'm not sure. "2020 Vision said the Philly Talk podcast, Doug Peterson talking like he's coming back. They both don't work well together. Does that mean Wentz is gone?" I think it'll be hard, but at the end of the day, Doug Peterson has no choice but to talk positive, because how do you want a guy sounding skeptical of himself? Like, if I'm an owner and I see a guy being skeptical of himself, well, then I'm definitely going to make a move. He don't even believe in himself. So I think you have to just be confident in these press conferences, even though he's not confident in anything else he says in a press conference. You know what I mean? Couple more of these and I'm out. 1 hour and 46 minutes. If Carson starts here next season like everyone wants, he's going to be worse. He's part of the big problem. Jason said the first round pick should be a wide receiver that can run great routes because Jeffrey and Djax is out of here. True. They are out of here. The money can be moved. Just watch. In the business, things are not as hard as it looks. We all gonna see. This is gonna be a soap opera of an off season. But listen, shout out to everybody in the chat. We still got 84 people, and I'm pretty much said I'm gonna end it. Listen, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're old to the channel, I appreciate you. Make sure you smash that like button. And listen, my guys, turn post notifications on, so you know when I drop these videos throughout the week. You know when I drop these live streams, so you can be in here to be the caller. And also, if you have post notifications on, when we do the $25 giveaways a week, when we do the jersey giveaways, you don't miss out on jersey giveaways, $25 giveaways. And even though the games are about to be over, we're going to have different competitions to win money in the off season. So click that bell, so when Philly Mike puts out this content, you already know the vibes. Let me get this guy in here real quick. I don't know if he loves or hates me, but he's normally a supporter who don't talk too much reckless. I'll give him that. It's official. Eagles aren't losing on purpose. Jim Schwartz already said he doesn't want Washington to win the NFC East on their field. We about to see. We about to see. Thanks, brother Philly Mike, for the great content. As always, be good, my man. Shout out to you guys. You guys know what time it is.